Hello, it is Sunday, and we have the new weekly. And in said new weekly, there's two main things that stick out to me. One is trumpets. A lot of trumpet stuff, a lot of strong synergies, but sometimes also just a lot of trumpets anyway. Just you can haphazardly have it if you want, like a Nyala or the new Rock Hopper. New to me, alright? New to me, I don't know. That stands out, and then I think there's also kind of some role things going on. Ostrich, Hamster, Ammonite, Fossa, Nessie, that's the one I was looking for. Dumbo Octopus. There's a couple of new things to me. One, which is this guy. I'm gonna try him out. He also had a really cool sound effect there. I liked that. I liked that quite a bit. I will be the Underwhelming Gladiators, also known as the Gladiator 2 movie. Look, I don't know. I didn't actually see it. I've just heard it's pretty terrible, okay? I win. So those are the two things that stand out to me, just very much so. And I would say that there is a little bit of a like cutesy combo, at least, with the Sunfish plus hurt triggers like a Fairy Armadillo or something like that. Because you could use the Sunfish to maybe hurt it in the shop and then transform it permanently or something. I don't know. I also think that I think the Flying Squirrel's completely dead. I don't think there's a toy for that. In general, there's not much armor this week, so there is something to be said about Blue Footy Boobin, as it were, to get that going. I'm willing to sell this to speculate on a jellyfish, especially when we are trying to keep uniques on the team and have potential a lot of levels coming up. I don't think you have to go all in on trumpets to succeed with I think you can just kind of have it added on there. There is some amount of regular scaling around. We're losing this one, but it's not a lot of great scaling, but there is some. So there's orangutan, giraffe, technically secretary bird, but it doesn't really, there's not really anything to it. I would say. I'm just gonna roll, actually. I was rolling for a potential level for next turn. Okay, I mean, doesn't really make a lot of sense, but yeah, orangutan, giraffe, secretary bird, but not really, because it's not like there's a mantis or something to really take advantage of that. We're definitely losing to these guys, but ostrich, as I mentioned. Team Spirit, though obviously that's a little harder to pull off. And then there is one that's kind of interesting to me, which is the sea cucumber. I don't know if I've played one with this, but that one's kind of neat. If I'm understanding how it works, at least. Because if this is on our enemy, and then it says give a random enemy stats, does that mean when I kill the enemy with a tasty on it, then they give me stats? That's what I assume that means. Kind of like how I assume that this is an ugly fish. But it's kind of neat. Okay. Definitely worth boobieing, I would say. I kind of want to roll in case if a jellyfish showed up in that roll, it'd be so good. It did not. So do this. This doesn't really help us. We could have maybe done rolling if we did this with the Dumbo, but I think I'm gonna toss this back here for the time being. And I will still hold on to the booby because I think that This is nice, but I want space to maybe get something. Like, it might even just be worth trying to get enough with cherries or something. Math unfortunate there that our guy didn't 2 for 1. We win though. Well, okay, we draw. Damn, I'm at 3 health? When did that happen? That's not good. Something to be said about just bringing this in. Just to have trumpets, but I think we're past that. Maybe that's a little greedy, but... I mean, I do think I will be selling this. If I have to, I'll put that on it. You could put this behind a beetle. I don't think that's quite worth it either. Well, not really a reason to do that instead of just this. I don't think my team's very good. That's what I will say. What was good, though, was some of the streams this week were great even. Oh, we're super dead. Super dead again. We obviously had the pad stream, of course. We had a Mario Merry Mountain Christmas adventure game on Wednesday, along with some Star Puffs. And then Friday and today, well, Friday was, of course, Famicom MEO Friday, but in addition to that was another Tetris 99 event for Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. So we did a little bit of that on Friday, and then a little bit of that today before Super Auto Pets here. So I need a level very badly, and we're not going to get one, huh? Okay, we got one, but... Oh yeah, Hippocampus is rolling related now. Don't think this helps me. Two trumpets. I need like a Nyala to send out front or something. Guess I'll buy this because you do something. Okay. That helps a little bit. Okay. Alright, hold on. Wait a second. We got like a couple of roll things going on, I suppose. There isn't much of a buy sell, but Buffalo is one of the few self things. And I guess I should have let the well, Jellyfish has not been good because it's not leveled, so it's not been nearly as effective. But we will win at least. I guess I feel like I have to go all in on this Jellyfish to have any chance of surviving, though. Which isn't really the place you usually want to be. Like, I don't even want to level this without it being level 2, but it's pretty bad. I guess if I roll, I do get some benefits still, so I will roll, in fact. Did not get anything for it, except for some rolls on these guys. Okay, so, last week, did we still kill this? We do, thank God. Still a trade, thankfully. Badger? We lose by 1 HP? I did really want to do a third sap run last week, but, and this is why I saved the level, but there is a cute combo you can do this with the Fairy Armadillo, but that's not really where we are. Now you're a lot bigger. Well, what the hell am I gonna do with this? This only works if it's the first boat. That's such a bummer. Such a bummer, actually. Part of me wants to take the Sunfish because there's no armor. Part of me wants to take the Tiger and double up on the Hippocampus for now. Because you could always have it be something, I don't know, else different. Like a Rockhopper or a Ammonite or a Snake or anything. But maybe this damage will help us. I mean, I could always go 1 and 1, but you'd rather just buy both. I mean, either way, I think I'm selling this despite having no rolls. Yeah, there was just too much going on last week to do the third one, the third SAP session. Plus, I wanted to get that jump mat short one out there, which was good. There was real snow finally this week for the first time really of this winter, so that was kind of cool. But then it's been so cold since then. I was gone Thursday and most of Friday, which is part of the reason why I was extra busy. And also, turns out the reason that I ended up This is an odd turn. I guess I'll try this. These have no rolls, so they're very useless. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, oh, that's gonna give him armor, isn't it? Oh wait, well yeah it is, that's bad. Alright, we lose. It's over. That couldn't have gone any worse in terms of the order there. It was very unlucky. Would have been much better without the fish, turns out. Because I think this might have at least been able to trade, but oh well, I guess. The reason I was gone those days was because I went to see the Sonic 3 movie. So that was cool. But before I talk about that, two things. One, I accidentally double uploaded on Thursday instead of the Emio Famicom video going up on Friday like it normally is. And I plan on having a double upload on Tuesday on Christmas Eve, but this one will be on purpose. So just putting that out there. Now, to any of you that don't want to hear about the Sonic movie, here is your symbol. Here is your signal. When Kojima comes back, he will spin now. Okay, he's spinning. This is what he does. This is Kojima's life. He spins. Okay? When you see Kojima spinning again, that means that you can unmute. Alright? Then you will be safe. Though I will say, there are going to be some stories about my Sonic Movie 3 experience which don't have anything to do with the movie and aren't spoilers at all, but oh well. It's safer this way, in case I jump around. Alright, anyway, that's Kojima. He's a bit of a stormy fusspot. And where to begin? Let's begin with not even the movie has not even started yet aspect, okay? I get there. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a person that doesn't. I don't know if you've ever seen these people that show up to a movie right as like during the previews, like the lights go down and then they start running previews and then the movie starts. I'm not one of those people that wants to show up when the lights are already dim. That's too stressful. That's way too stressful. Because you're already cutting it close if you're doing that. And if you're doing that and something goes wrong, heaven forbid, you get stuck, something delays travel or who knows what, then it's just a disaster. And you'll miss some of the movie. But this is the thing that people do. It still baffles me to this day, but this is something that people apparently do. I guess I'm going Gigantomouse. Who would have thought? I guess I'm going Gigantomouse. Maybe should have froze the next stilt. So I got there early. Nice, we get a double kill here. We need that 2-for-1 because our stats are not great. We still lose anyway, it's not even close. I get there early before the previews even start. You know, the lights are on, etc., etc. And not looking for that. I'll take one of these. Probably take one of these even. Roll for levels. I'm ignoring the jellyfish this time. And, you know, there's like those commercials and stuff that they run before the previews begin. A couple of things about that. One is that, oh my god, the mouse went crazy. One thing about those is that it's like you know, I don't watch normal TV very often. Because I don't have a TV. Well, okay, technically I have a CRT here, but that's for like playing old games. It's not the same, okay? It's different. It's not the same thing. Anyway, the point is that because of that, I don't often get a glimpse into like normal media and normal commercials in the TV movie realm. So I don't know if it was just that this was because it was the Sonic movie and they had like targeted ads at the theater. I kind of don't think that's true. I think they just have a thing that they run. But something about modern ads when I was there, they just felt uncanny was the word that came to mind. At first I wanted to say cringe, but that doesn't feel fair. That doesn't feel accurate. What the? Speaking of cringe and uncanny, what the hell? Transform the first. I mean, it's probably strong. Probably a strong thing to do. Vaquitas are good, but I have no trumpets. That's the thing. And I don't have spawns, really. Like, this technically spawns, but it's not going to for a while. I guess I'm going to roll. Yeah, I don't want any of that. I could do that, but... Bird giving stats is nice, though it's... You know, the giraffe's only doing so little. Alright, let me do this. That buffs the future. Sure. Sure. Okay, so there was these weird ads and stuff. That was all great. But there was one ad in particular that took place that was crazier than the rest, let's say, which was the Rizzler. That kid, I like wasn't even 100%. If it didn't have the text in the ad that said the Rizzler in big, like, bold white at one point, I don't know if I would have even known if it was him. I don't even know if I would have been confident enough to know if that was him. But it was, and he was rapping, and it was very, I didn't know what to do with that. I was just very... didn't know what to think about what was happening. Did not know to think about what was happening. But it happened. It was, that was weird. Okay. Now, one other thing about the whole does that matter? Yeah, that mattered. Well, I think I was losing anyway. I feel like back in the day, I don't know how to say this without sounding boomer-like, but I feel as though back in the day, it was what was the Rizzler advertising? I don't know. I don't even know what it was because I was so trying to take in what was happening on my screen of this like fat pudgy child rapping. It was some, I don't know, some probably Christmas. I feel like I remember there was, I don't know. I actually don't know. That's crazy, I don't know. But somehow I don't know. Somehow Palpatine returned. Yeah, I feel like back in the day, it was a little more intensity when you were potentially sneaking in some snacks or whatever into the movie theater. I feel like they don't give a shit now. Granted, it wasn't very obvious that I had a I had a little bag of something in a pocket, but nothing like major, you know, not some like giant soda thing in my jacket or whatever like that. I mean, I don't drink soda anyway. I was just saying an example, but yeah, it was that stood out to me. I don't know why, but that stood out to me that it was just I like walked up and showed the QR code thing on my phone, and she scanned it and was like, okay, theater number whatever, and then I was like, okay, and I just walked. Like there was a very casualness to it that they don't care, which makes sense. That is sort of the approach that a lot of retail workers have now, because why should they go the extra mile for some soulless company? I get it. I understand. No level on this, huh? Okay, alright, we'll get a level on that. Don't need that anymore. I feel like my team has mega stagnated, by the way. His mouse is not getting big enough, quick enough, probably. That armadillo is huge back there. Wait, that sheep is definitely better than what they had before. Surely. Oh, a lot of HP loss, though. Son of a bitch. That was not enough. Okay, hold on. We gotta talk about the movie, because otherwise the people are waiting for spinning Kojima. The people are waiting for Kojima. I don't think this is good for me. I don't think that's good for me. I think I'm giving up on this. I'm not gonna go crazy in detail, to be honest. I'm just gonna say that there was lots of fun little references and things, of course. Some stuff I probably didn't notice even. Not even just visual gags, but also dialogue references and things. Some very overt, some not as overt. You know, some not as direct, like the Eggman announcing on a giant screen to a TV type stuff versus the actual scenes. Of course, a lot of expected kind of inconsistencies in speed and power and whatever in fighting, because that kind of just happens in both superhero movies and like movies like this, so I don't really care, right? Like Sonic getting certain thing knocked out of him by a normal person, but then he fights back when he's in that form too, and yada yada yada. Like, it doesn't really matter. I hit the mic, it doesn't really matter. There was definitely some lore differences between the actual Sonic Adventure 2 versus level versus the movie, but that is what it is. I would say that the Jim Carrey, the double Jim Carrey thing, worked pretty well in the sense of it never visually looked really bad to me. There was actually one scene that wasn't really even related to double Jim Carrey necessarily, but like green screenery felt like, which was him coming out of a sewer. I think it was the young Jim Carrey maybe at that point, coming out of the sewer, and Stone, who was to his left, looked really not like, it was weird perspective thing. He didn't look correct. But besides that, most visual things looked pretty good to me for the most part, at least, you know, in motion and everything. There was some good one-liner jokes along the way. Fourth wall stuff by Jim Carrey as well. I think I'm rolling here, despite not really wanting to. We are just rolling a lot, huh? We are just kind of rolling a lot, huh? This stupid ugly fish, man. The double Robotnik dance was insane. That was crazy shit. How did you get a melon slice on this thing? How did you... Oh, it's permanent. Of course it's permanent. Alright, so the Kappa is working well for us for now, so that's good. That was very clutch. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff I was forgetting, but... Oh, there was actually one other visual scene that looked kind of weird to me, which was... Tails next to the dog for like a very split second kind of moment at the end. Looked very off. It looked very off. But it was so short that it didn't really matter that much. There was a post-credits scene, and I predicted half of it. This I am going to actually say. Which was that I predicted it would be Metal Sonic in the thing. Ooh, I wouldn't mind trying this thing. I predicted Metal Sonic, and there was Metal Sonic, so I was like, ha! Got it. But, then, there was a bunch of Metal Sonics, and that I did not predict. So that was number one, like, oh, I didn't predict it, but I, like, predicted Metal Sonic at least. Ooh, I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna do this. I don't know what I mean, I guess you could double Sea Cucumber. Seems a little crazy, but I guess you could do that. I mean, this is gonna lose effectiveness pretty soon. To be fair. So there's that. I also probably should move this behind this. I don't know why I have it here instead of here, but... Well, the Kappa is gonna spawn things for both of us. Alright, our ant worked out. But then there was the final reveal, which was very big deal. Very big deal reveals at the very end there. So that was kind of cool. Now this is getting weird because now you're not really getting statted as much. So maybe put you up front, but then if I do that, you have... Well, because there's a world where we switch Tiger with something else, I guess, is the theory. Guess that's the idea. Four or higher, that's not happening. Ostrich is kind of interesting, maybe. Give the perk. Ability deals 10 damage once? What does that mean? I don't understand what that means. Does that mean that if... Does that just mean that he does 10 damage extra? That feels like that's not the right wording. I don't trust whatever that is. Yeah, it was crazy. The crowd that I was with was it was a smaller theater for what I was doing. Oh, they also have the thing that's... How did they get all those tasties? They're cheating. It was a smaller theater, so the crowd wasn't going as crazy. I don't actually know if I prefer the mega small crowd versus not, I guess, at this point. There's like there's a scale where having like a crowd that gets hyped for everything is like annoying versus a crowd that gets hyped for nothing, especially for a movie like this, is also not annoying, but like a little like, oh, no one else is getting excited. Like you get that kind of feeling almost, but it's okay. There was one part of the movie that disappointed me as far as I didn't like how they did it, which was Tails failing to kind of like save Sonic, and then Knuckles just kind of comes and does it anyway. I just didn't like how it was done. It made it seem like Tails never can like do anything. So I feel like they did him a little dirty there. There was also subtly Shadow likes Latina's joke in there too, which was I almost didn't notice it at first, but I think the Jim Carrey antics was like a little bit too high of a ratio to what I would have wanted. It felt like when Shadow was on the screen, the movie was allowed to be serious, but then they were like, we can't be too serious. Throw it to Jim Carrey doing, you know, fart noise or whatever. And so I was like, okay, but I mean, I still really liked it. These are, you know, critiques, but I overall still very much liked the movie. There was some weird stuff with like these keys that they had to get that I feel like they had importance, but then they just kind of didn't. Like they didn't even show both of the keys going in. They showed one going in. It was a little weird, but it's fine, I guess. Anyway, let's bring back Kojima. All right, I've stopped talking about it. That was longer than I thought it would be, to be fair. I talked about it a little bit longer than I thought it would. Also, I was stupid about the cucumber thing. Okay. I think we're gonna lose because we've... Well, alright, that helps, actually. Guess I'll toss this out there, right? What else am I gonna put on the front? Probably nothing, so I'll do that. I think I'll just do this. Team Spirit with a roll team makes a lot of sense, too. Kojima is out. You have a big team, though. He's gonna get multi-shots. We're super dead. That is a bummer. That is a bummer. Alright, so that team was definitely better, but not quite so good. And then, unfortunately, I feel like I took so long that we probably should go to the second session here. So I think that's what we'll do. But there's still a lot to talk about that's happened. So we'll return. Let me get a quick look here, though. One thing that I sort of forgot, that this is a permanent melon, so I do think kind of yoinking, even if you just did like a stilt level 2 or a stilt level 1 plus a cherry for a while, just to get some melons on stuff in this middle range would have helped us a lot from losing. We kind of lost a lot of our health there, so that would have been good. Maybe I do need to try and force the trumpets a little more. Give the stilt a little more love, I think would help, because the giraffe orangutan was definitely not enough to get there. So, and then obviously keeping the roll team in mind for sure. So we'll give it another run. I'm thinking, you know, depending on how things go, that's not the right one. This is the right one. Depending on how things go, this could be a 3-session week, and then we could double videos on Christmas Eve and Christmas. Could happen.